Let's get right into it then.
All right, let's get right into it.
How the fuck do you start this show again? Oh,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to actually what will be the introduction to our, the new rebranding of the show, I guess we'll call it.
When's the draft is dead.
Yes,
Long
when's the draft?
live whatever the name is. I don't remember the name.
So, welcome everyone to PMG, which is an abbreviation for the podcast, the movie, the game.
See, it's because we're a podcast and we talk about games and movies, and it's funny because it's got so many subheadings. It's a good one. It's a good one. We did it.
Yes.
We nailed it.
We did it. So, yes, welcome everyone to this.
Meanwhile, everyone in the audience is like, "Oh God, that name fucking sucks."
Yeah, they're just, oh shit, why did they do that? Once the draft was bad, but this one's even worse. So the big thing right now, though, you might be wondering, wait, why the change of name? So I realized, and Andy also realized, that when's the draft? The name was meant to be a joke. It was a joke name for the radio show that I used to run at Rollins College. However, we realized that going with the podcast, maybe we should change it because it doesn't reflect at all what we talk about on the show. And we decided to do it on episode 15 of When's the Draft because we figured, hey, you know what? First off, we have we went live on YouTube last episode, our like introduction to YouTube, and we thought, you know what? If people are gonna watch us on YouTube, they might as well watch something that like starts on YouTube, like episode 1 on YouTube, not episode 14 of What's the Draft on YouTube, right? And I think this will be a great way to like not only cut away ties completely from When's the Draft entirely, but also to make it, hey, a lot more of what we think reflects the show a lot better. So we discussed it, we talked about it, and thanks a lot, Andy, because he came up with the title actually primarily. So that was really cool.
File any send any complaints to andy.wangrod@gmail.com.
You heard it here, folks. andy.wangrod@gmail.com.
That's me on Gmail. That's what I sent. That's probably why I haven't gotten a job yet. I keep sending that email and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but hey, a little bit of live talk, Andy, though. You have an interview though.
Oh, I do. After this podcast, I have a phone interview. Well,
yeah.
There are some life things that have happened since we took the week off to come up with a new name.
Yeah, we took so you might be wondering what the hell happened. So yeah, we kind of took a week off because due to just some scheduling conflicts, we couldn't record that week. But it was good actually because we wanted to take that week to just brainstorm and just come up with a new name, and then hopefully, hey man, have a good old time. I don't know.
Also, just as a side comment that I just thought of, When's the Draft is an amazing name for a political podcast. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
If
anyone wants to take that as a, because we never really what's it called, was copyrighted the name, so we can definitely take
nothing's copywritten.
Exactly.
Here. You can
Unless
make a podcast right now called the podcast, the movie, the game.
Yeah.
The PMG podcast.
Yeah.
I
think PMG is pretty cool too. It's like a nice abbreviation. It rolls off the tongue, so it's good.
Now that I hear it out loud, it sounds like MLP, and I'm like, fuck.
Actually, it sounds like almost like I thought the title was gonna be PNG, like .png, and I was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
.pmg.
Yeah, I know.
Dot Pum pum.
Pung. All right.
So welcome to episode 15 of When's the Draft and episode 1 of PMG.
Yeah, but even though it's
doing it.
episode 15 of When's the Draft, we're gonna kill. I guess we're gonna kill When's the Draft here, and here's what PMG begins. I guess.
From now
would be the
on,
best way to
anyone
say
who
it.
says When's the Draft will be fined $15. Don't say it. Don't think about it.
Don't say it. Ooh, that nice copyright infringement. God.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
Oh,
now we have to pay
stop.
Sony or Nintendo. Whatever.
Yeah,
We have to
whatever.
pay Nintendo, not Sony. Sony doesn't own Donkey Kong. They might soon though, depending on how the Switch goes.
Get. All right, so because we missed last week, which really sucks because last week was the Oscars for movies.
Well,
I guess we'll talk about stuff
was-
this week.
it was before the Oscars though.
Yeah, it was before the Oscars.
So now
it's
we
after
can
the
talk about
Oscars.
now you can talk about the Oscars
So-
full force without speculation.
Here's the thing.
No longer tied down.
I didn't watch the Oscars this year.
Oh. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Baking a
I-
cake?
No,
Sucking a
actually-
wiener?
Actually, I don't know why I didn't watch it. I guess like I'm just bored of the Oscars most of the time, and I just end
Oh,
up
no.
watching. I mean, I end up watching some of the highlights, and then I end up picking up what's it called? I end up watching the highlights, and then on top of that, I end up looking at the winners afterwards. Because honestly, I just didn't really what's it called? I just really didn't. I don't really care about it that much. Sometimes the show itself, I care about the people who win
mean,
the awards and their.
It's definitely
acceptance speeches.
easier to read
Yeah.
a list of winners than to watch 2 hours of, and the winner is.
Yeah, it's yeah. But I'm sad that I missed it this year because there was a little bit of a mess up by I think it's either Jimmy Kimmel or the actual because the winner for the best picture mind you, the best picture is the last award given at the Oscars. It's the biggest award. It's basically movie of the year, and they accidentally gave it to La La Land, and then they had to correct it and they said, oh wait, sorry, it wasn't La La Land, it was Moonlight.
So,
yeah.
do you know the story behind it?
No, I actually don't know. I read it a couple
So-
days, like a day after the Oscars happened. Yeah.
Apparently, I think it was. I don't know for sure. 'Cause I only know like what happened. I don't know who messed the envelope up, but some people were saying it was the accountants for the what's it called?
That makes
For-
sense. Yeah.
Like they messed up the envelope placement, but the dude on the stage, I don't remember his name. I don't remember who read the thing. He got an envelope that said Best Actress, but he didn't read the front, or
Oh.
maybe and then on the envelope it said Emma Stone, not La La Land.
Right.
So
he assumed that's like, oh wait.
he was
that's
looking
La
at
La
it, he's like,
Land,
what
yeah.
is going on? Why does it say
Yeah.
Emma Stone? Emma Stone is not a movie. So they read it out, it's like La La Land, and then they all come up and they're all saying their speeches like, oh,
Yeah.
I want to thank the Academy and my parents and all this bullshit. And then one of the producers of La La Land sees people in headsets running around behind them, and he's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? Why what are you guys doing? So he goes and checks in with them, and they're like, you didn't win, this was Moonlight. What do we do? And then so he took the card, went up to the mic and was like, guys, we didn't win, Moonlight, you won, come up here. And so like it was a dude from La La Land who called
Yeah.
the Moonlight people up.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, but like now
cool.
instead of it being
Yeah.
like, oh, the Moonlight won best movie, and it's such a progressive movie, and it's it's a
Yeah.
story about something you'll never see on the theaters. Now it's just like, oh, the wacky Oscars snafu, La La
Yeah.
Land, Moonlight, you guys. So it's just like, it seems like the I don't know. Even
Yeah.
when you win, you lose.
I actually that's really funny how they ended up like that, but it's definitely like I'm not surprised that yeah, because what ends up happening is that controversy ends up taking over the Oscars more so than the actual awards. Like for example, like the top stories right now that just like look up Google. Top stories right now is either the snafu that happened, or Oscar winner Affleck, the actor who played the main character for Manchester by the Sea, speaks about sexual harassment claims. Like, it's sometimes like everyone knew that this Oscars, especially this one, was gonna be the Oscars where everyone was gonna talk about political stuff because. Yeah. You know, Donald Trump has come out and said like, oh, like that fucking Meryl Streep, she's overrated, and like obviously, don't do, God, this is the people gonna make movies about you, Trump. Like, this is not gonna play out well in your favor.
I mean, it's not like he doesn't care.
Yeah, he really doesn't care.
He won. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess he does care because
he probably does care, but no, whatever. But moving aside, yeah. No, not to get into political stuff and not to get into controversy, because I actually want to say some of the winners that I actually really wanted to win. So with like no surprise, La La Land won a couple awards: original score, best director, and best actress for Emma Stone. The best animated movie, no surprise, Zootopia.
But still, it beat out It beat out Moana and Kubo. Although,
yeah, but it's still Pixar or Disney. It's like I don't think anyone can beat them. That's like the sad part. Which it's not about like talent or anything. I think to this point it's like, you know, sometimes you know maybe Disney's paying off the right guy. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, but I think Zootopia was a really good movie.
No, I think Zootopia is a good movie.
Disney sliding fives under my door.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, you know that shitty podcast that no one listens to? Fucking, what do you think about Zootopia? Oh, I like it. It was a good movie. It was really good. Yeah.
Ooh, we get that $5 ad revenue for Zootopia. Yeah, dude.
This episode sponsored by Disney. No, it's not.
This episode sponsored by Loot Crate.
Nerdbox
and Geek Crate. Oh God, I'm gonna keep rewatching that every once in a while when I feel sad. Red Letter Media, guys. Red Letter Media. Watch their shit. They are funny as fuck. Also, JonTron recommended Red Letter Media, which is pretty cool. All right. So the other things that I want to talk about was because I had a huge bias for. Are we back or are we dead?
I don't even know. Okay, housekeeping. What Nicholas, what time are you at on Audacity? I'm at 10:33.
13?
Yeah.
I'm at 13:37, 38, okay. 39.
I guess
40.
It's fine. We did it. We did it, everybody.
Wow, Audacity had a stroke there.
Just a little behind the scenes for you guys on the old podcast arena. Yeah, just because the name has changed does not mean the train is not on fire.
I thought I said just because the name is changed doesn't mean that the quality has either. But big thing actually I want to talk about was Moonlight. I had a huge bias going into the Oscars because I loved Moonlight. I love the shit out of Moonlight. And I am so happy because not only did it get Best Picture, accident.
It wasn't rightfully an accident. They won.
Yeah,
La La Land got Best Picture accidentally.
Yeah. Moonlight won Best Picture. It also won Best Writing Adapted Screenplay, which is pretty cool. But for me, the best part was that Mahershala Ali won for Best Supporting Actor, which I was so happy about because I love this guy. He is right now probably one of my favorite actors coming up. I can't wait to see him in future movies because he is such a delight to watch on screen every time he just appears. Whether you're watching him in Luke Cage, Hidden Figures, or even in Moonland.
Moonland.
That's it, guys. We're combining the movies. It's about a struggling gay African American who wants to make it big in
Los
Hollywood. City of Lights.
City of Stars.
City of Stars. That's what it was. Oh yeah, key thing with me, I am terrible at memorizing lyrics. Like terrible at it. So if I mess up lyrics, yeah, you can sue me because I'm really bad at that.
That's about the only thing I'm good at remembering.
And of course, oh god, what else did we win? Obviously Best Original Song went to City of Stars. That makes sense.
Day in the Sun was
best
robbed.
Day in the Sun.
That song is 10 times better than City of Stars,
You know,
I guess.
it's really funny because Casey Affleck won Best Actor. That's what it was. Sorry. So Casey Affleck, yeah, he won Best Actor, which is applause. That's awesome. And another thing was that Viola Davis won for Best Supporting Actress, and of course mentioned before Emma Stone won Best Actress, which of course is always impressive when an actress can beat out Meryl Streep in that award category, because Meryl Streep, I think she's won, like 5 Oscars for Best Actress. It's freaking ridiculous. And it was funny. My mom kept saying this, but it's kind of true when she says this. The day that Meryl Streep like retires, passes away, whatever happens, is the day that every actress gets her chance at the Oscars again.
Oh God.
Because she's such a talented actress that it's impossible to like find a way to beat her out. You know, the rare chance is that she doesn't get nominated that year, right? That year she doesn't make a movie. That's completely amazing for her, right? But you know.
So indulge a layman
yeah.
for a second. Which movie was Meryl Streep in?
She was in this movie about an opera singer who's like a terrible opera singer, but I think she had a terminal illness.
Oh.
And it's based on a true story, but she basically, her husband decides to host for her. Oh, here we go. Florence Foster Jenkins was the movie that she was starring in.
Oh.
And even though she's a terrible opera singer, her husband puts on like the entire production.
I thought you were about to say even
her.
though she's a terrible actor. I'm like, but what have you been saying this whole time?
What have you been saying? Yeah. Oh God, I hate this shit. God.
Well, what happened?
It's just like I hate what's it called? Because at the end of the day, it sucks because the Oscars is still treated as just like a fanfare for celebrities, and it really becomes like this thing of like, oh, who wore the best dress? Who wore the best outfit? No, Viola Davis is not the black Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep almost got rumbled by The Rock during Academy Awards mix-up. Like, nobody gives a shit.
Well,
come on.
I mean, I don't know. The press feeds off of controversy.
Exactly.
And shit, so
yeah.
like,
And yeah.
People are less inclined to read an article that was like the Oscars went well and everyone had fun.
Yeah, it's just it's whatever. Like, you know what?
Did Ryan Gosling kill someone at the Oscars?
Yeah, it's like,
Care to find out more?
Care to find out more? You have nothing else to do with your life? Okay.
Is Emma Stone secretly a lizard?
Oh my God. Emma Stone controversial kisses a woman on screen? Oh my. First gay actress to win an Oscar? God, okay. All right, I hate myself now. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy Mahershala Ali. I think that's my happiest thing right now is that Moonlight won Best Picture and Mahershala Ali is won for Best Supporting Actor because this guy is fucking cool. He's such a cool guy. I want to meet him one day because he seems like such a cool guy. Also, this guy by far has like the sweetest, sultriest, sexiest voice. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Whenever he comes up and he starts talking, I'm like, oh my God,
you mean
man.
In comparison to mine? What do you mean?
No, it's in comparison to like pretty much almost every actor I've seen on screen.
No, but I mean in sultry look, you're supposed to joke with me. All right, goodbye.
Oh, jokeman with you?
No, it's already over.
Okay.
It's dead.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's dead. It's dead.
It's dead. That's it for movies. Actually, well, I guess we'll talk about a couple things. Oh God.
You just gonna barf on air?
Yeah, I think I almost barfed there. But a couple things that I wanted to talk about before we move on. One thing was that the new movie by Jordan Peele, Get Out, has been getting a lot of praise. Get Out, if you guys don't know, is the movie that came out. Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
The movie came out last week. It's basically about this this black guy dating a white girl. They go up into the middle of nowhere where her family is, and turns out they're all creepy, kind of racist individuals. Woo! And he gets trapped there,
Just
and
another day
hijinks
in
ensue.
Kentucky.
Now I didn't know this movie. So, small story about this movie. I watch a lot of videos on my iPhone sometimes when I'm, because sometimes I want to watch videos when my roommate is sleeping, and I'm just like, like it's so bright, my computer's so bright, so I'm just like, I don't want to wake him up.
When you have to hide under the covers while he's banging.
Shush, shush, shush. And one of the things that kept coming up was the Get Out advertisement trailer, and it got me so pissed off that I was like, I get it. It's a Jordan Peele movie. It's okay. I get it. Like, I was getting so peeved by it. I watched it on average like 25 fucking times, and it was so goddamn annoying. But apparently it got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a little bit, which was funny. But from what I've been hearing, it was actually a really great horror comedy. A lot of people liked it. The person that I trust the most in terms of reviews for these kind of movies, he said that it's surprisingly, even though the trailer seems like it's going to be some kind of political message, it turns out not to be as much. It's just more situational comedy, whatever. It's like, it just so happens that they Jordan Peele, if you don't know, from Key and Peele, they've always done like, racial humor. Almost most of their comedy stuff comes from racial humor. So it's not really saying something political. It's just like, it's a whatever movie. It's like, it uses just racial humor. It's whatever. From what I've heard, but I've heard it's really funny, so I'm excited to go see that.
It looks more horrific than funny in the trailers.
Well, that's the thing. It's meant to be like that. They're trying to show you. Okay, even though it looks like it looks horrific, if you ever actually really watch the trailer, it's actually supposed to be really funny.
Oh,
like it really is funny, because there's a lot of horror tropes. Like, hey, like the dad at one point, the dad's girlfriend at one point is like, hey, I would have voted Obama for a third term. Like, you don't say that in a horror movie. You don't ever say that in a horror movie.
Well, I mean, I think what they were going for was like, like how they're like, oh, like, we're apologetic white people. We love black people here.
No,
You're
but
welcome.
like at the same time, Andy, you gotta understand though, like in horror movies, yes, there's a sense of cheesiness to it, but if you're gonna really advertise it as a horror movie, you would never put in a line so dated and topical like that in a horror movie. It's like, it's one of those things where you just like, it takes you off guard. Now obviously when you're watching it doesn't really resonate because you're so enthralled by the trailer's like cutaways, right? It cuts away so quickly that it doesn't really register in your head. Me being me, that I watched 25 fucking times on my fucking iPhone, 25-second advertisement, it sort of stuck in my head, and I'm like, wow, this really is a horror comedy. Or like the section of like, oh, like, you're the only brother I've seen here, and he goes up to one of the like the servants at the house, and it's like, oh, it's so weird. But it's
you and I got those totally different feelings from that trailer.
It's because I watched it multiple times. If you watch it multiple times, you start to get the hang of it, or it's like, oh yeah, this is. And also, it said directed by Jordan Peele. The moment I saw that, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a horror comedy. This can't be a horror, because like, Jordan, I can't see Jordan Peele taking such a movie like this and making it serious. You can't pull that off, because that's just, it's so ridiculous and stupid that you can't. I couldn't see it being pulled off like that. So I guess this may be my experience with movies. I don't know, rewatching the trailer so many times, not out of my own volition, because fucking. There's no ad blocker on goddamn iPhone.
On IMDb, but, it's well, there's an ad blocker app, but apparently it's not good.
It's not very good, yeah.
On IMDb, it's listed as just straight up horror.
It's okay. Have you ever seen the movie Cabin in the Woods?
No.
Okay, Cabin in the Woods was directed by Joss Whedon and had the same exact idea. The idea is, the less people know that it's a horror comedy, the better it is. The same thing happened with Cabin in the Woods. They advertised it as a horror movie when in fact it was just it was a dark comedy about horror movies. So that's what it's trying to do. It's essentially, they're posting it like that so people don't get spoiled about that whole idea. So when they go watch it, they're just like, wow, this is a nice little romp, nice little laugh. But yeah,
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing against you. I'm just saying the trailer's like anyone walking in like I'm like people walking in expecting to get like that kind of movie, and then it's like, oh, this is a fun movie. It's like that's some weird juxtaposition for me.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just strange.
I definitely think that this is a much needed movie in an era when we're getting a lot of crappy horror movies. It's funny because Cabin in the Woods did the same thing. In an era when we're getting a lot of crappy horror movies, it's nice to see someone just take it easy and have a pretty good movie. So I'm excited for that.
Well, we're not really getting so many horror movies nowadays. Not really.
No, actually, we've actually kind of come into a dry season for random horror movies that come out every now and then.
Surprise, surprise. People got tired of the fucking Paranormal Activity clones.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in the house.
Surprise.
Oh, it's on the wall. It's a demon. Demon's in my yard.
Oh, demons.
Buried demon treasure.
The other thing that I wanted to talk about was that Logan, the last Wolverine movie, is coming out this Friday, which is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. It's coming out for tomorrow.
Apparently, it's the new Dark Knight. People are excited.
I don't think it's gonna be the new Dark Knight, but I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be the best thing that has come out in a while for the X-Men. I think it's gonna be the best thing. I think it's gonna be better than Days of Future Past and Apocalypse, and even parts of the original trilogy. I think it was like X-Men 3 got weird. Last Stand, I think that one got weird.
The third one. Everyone hates the third one. They hate Apocalypse. They like Days of Future Past and the First Class.
Mm-hmm. I think what's gonna be better.
No one likes.
It's definitely gonna be better than the second Wolverine movie where he goes to Japan, and then the X-Men Origins Wolverine, which was so bad that nobody talks about it anymore. But I'm excited because this is gonna be Hugh Jackman's possibly last role as Wolverine. On top of that, this movie, spoilers, but not really because they show it in the trailer. The entire idea is that, so actually I will just describe you the synopsis. In the near future, a weary Logan cares for an alien Professor X in a hideout on the Mexican border. But Logan's attempts to hide from the world and his legacy are ended when a young mutant arrives, being pursued by dark forces. If you didn't know who this young mutant is, it's X-23. Sorry for spoilers, but not sorry because they show you in the trailer who the fuck it is, who the girl is. It's X-23. A
small child with 2 claws.
She has claws. She has 2 claws, and she has like blades in her feet that extend out as well. She's considered a lot of times as like a daughter figure for Logan. She's a really cool character. I actually really like her. She's got a definitely way different personality than Logan does. And in this usually X-23 is actually around the age of like late teens to like early young adulthood, but in this movie they showed her as like a 13-year-old girl, which I was like surprised about.
I thought she was like 9. Oh.
I think she's she's somewhere between like 10 to 13. She's pretty young in the movie. But I'm excited because
she's not only is it little puppy,
little girl. Not only is this gonna be like it sounds like it's already being a great movie. This is also gonna be a rated R Wolverine movie, which, fuck, dude, we've needed that for so long. Like, I'm not saying that violence makes a movie better, but it's fucking Wolverine. If you don't know anything about Wolverine, he is one of the most violent characters in the Marvel universe. So it's really, really satisfying to finally see him go full out, without restrictions of like PG-13. Like, if you've ever watched what's it called, the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, have you ever seen it, Andy?
I have, unfortunately.
Did you notice that there was no blood throughout the entire fucking movie?
Yeah, that's
like there was barely any blood in the movie.
That's what they always do with Wolverine. Like,
yeah,
he's like, slash, like puts his claws into some dude, but then he pulls them out and they're like pristine,
clean. They're completely clean.
This man had the new invisible blood.
And to me, the claws always look kind of goofy. sometimes.
Well,
Like sometimes they just look
they always
too big.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They have him hold like these clear things, and then they put CGI over it.
The CG.
But the CG for the or the X-Men Origins Wolverine one was like awful.
It looks so dorky. Yeah, it looks like Nerf swords attached to his hands. Like, it looks so dumb. But I have to say I'm excited for this one because actually the battles that the few battles that they show and even the actual effects and stuff like that, it looks really cool. I'm excited. I know my best friend who loves Marvel and more importantly loves X-Men is definitely going to go see this, and I'm excited to see what it's. Oh God! I'm dying over here.
Doing okay? Doing okay over there?
Yeah. But I'm excited to see this, and I'm excited to see what my best friend reacts to it. By the way, this movie is 2 hours and 17 minutes, which is a lot longer than I thought for an X-Men movie. But I'm excited. That means that there might be more dialogue, there might be more character development. A lot of people are wondering, how did this situation get to this point? You know, like how did we get to the point where Logan Logan is aging, which means his healing factor is slowing down, and how do we get to the point where it's only Professor X and they're running away from the United States? So a lot of people are speculating what happened to the mutants, like what happened to Xavier's school of mutants, what happened to, why is Logan taking care of him now? Where are the other X-Men? I can tell you one thing: they didn't have the budget to afford other X-Men. Hey.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they didn't have the budget or they didn't just want to waste
actually. Yeah, I'm actually kidding. I just want to talk about briefly about this, but this movie is supposed to reflect the Old Man Logan story.
Let's get Halle Berry for Storm for like 5 minutes. Hey, we did it.
There we go.
Sorry.
Bye, Halle.
Sorry.
It's okay. But this movie is based off, kind of based off the old Logan comic books. Old Man Logan is a great comic book series that came out recently in the past. I think it was like past 3 or 4 years. Please go and read it if you've ever been a fan of X-Men just ever been a fan of Wolverine, because it's such a good storyline for Wolverine. I think it's one of the coolest ones and one of the best what if stories that Marvel has released about a character. I have to say though, it's sad because in Old Man Logan, shit gets so much wilder in Old Man Logan than it does in the movie itself. So I don't know. It's kind of sad, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that we don't see that over the top wildness, because I don't think anyone could be able to take it seriously. So we'll see what happens. I guess I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, I won't spoil it. Go read it, because it's pretty cool. Yeah, unless have you watched anything recently, Andy? We'll go over that.
For some reason, my brain says yes, but my memory says no.
Ooh.
I don't think I've seen anything new.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue. I have no earthly idea. Wait! Nah.
Yes.
Oh, I remember. I blocked it on my brain. I watched Book of Life.
Hey, wow, whoa. That's not the movie I expected you to watch.
Yeah, the Day of the Dead puppet movie.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that movie?
Wait, the Book of... Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of The Life of Pi for some reason. Why did I think about that
the
for
book
a second?
the animated
Yeah, the
movie.
Book of Life. Yeah. I actually haven't seen it. I heard a lot of great things about it, and it's got the Day of the Dead themes in it. I really should watch it because I love that aesthetic.
You could probably skip it.
I heard that. I also heard that.
The art style's cool. The Day of the Dead stuff is cool, but like, it's one of those movies where like, hey, we got a quip for every scene. Here's a quip. It's funny. Whoever wrote this script, I believe, I don't remember why, but I remember thinking they shouldn't write scripts anymore.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I completely forgot about it because it just it wasn't good. Oh, the fucking the dudes are like, oh, come at me, bro. This one dude, the whole time, it goes like his thing is that he says bro and he's a douchebag. Like that, good one. You did it. That's a good character. There was a character who was like a bullfighter and he was an opera singer dude, and that was cool. But then like there was another dude, whoever like, what's it called, voice directed this movie, got the actors for the voices in this movie, they should stop being voice directors because the voices were not good.
Oh my god.
They had like third party songs, but like they did it with like, they fucking sang the I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, and
oh god, that's so weird.
And I was like, this is I wanted to like this movie. What are you doing? It's just like, I don't know. I don't know. I've never heard of the people who made it. Like it was like Cinef something. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I assume it was like, I don't know. Whatever. It's nice to look at, but it's not good.
Okay.
It had Ron Perlman in it though. He was good. That was a cool.
He's a cool
part.
kid.
Whenever he was on the screen, I was like, yay! And then he left, and bro, that guy came back on. I was like, fuck, I don't want to watch this. But yeah, that was the movie I saw.
So, God, I don't know. I have actually, I actually haven't seen anything recently in terms of movies. I've been watching some TV shows here and there. I've been watching Whose Line Is It Anyway again, which is the improv TV show, which is fantastic.
You watch the new or
the
newer
old seasons? Yeah, the newer seasons. I've been watching the newer seasons. I originally didn't like the newer seasons because the hostess now, Aisha Tyler.
Don't you
very
dare drag
and,
Aisha Tyler.
Well, she was just very stilted and very forced a lot of the time. And honestly, anyone who's ever watched Whose Line, like some people, I think people who watch the old one and the new one will admit with me, because like will agree with me, because honestly, like there was just like a fast, on your toes pace with Drew Carey. He was just more because Aisha Tyler definitely tries in the first season or so, and like she's trying a little too hard, whereas when it was Drew Carey, he was just like, he started off kind of stilted at the beginning, but as he progressed, it was very like, here we go. And now they're on to season 12. Season 9 is the new when the Whose Line started. So now they're about 3 seasons in again. And Aisha Tyler's grown on me. She's definitely one of those. It took a little longer than I thought, but she's grown on me. She's still not at the same pace as Drew Carey is, just mainly because I think their comedy styles are different. But I think the issue becomes is no one can can lash back at Ryan Stiles as fast as Drew Carey does.
Well, I mean, everyone needs time to, oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. Go ahead with what you were gonna say.
Everyone needs time to like get into their roles, and the dudes like doing the improv like on the stage. I don't know any of their names, but
Colin Mockery, Wayne Brady, Ryan Stiles, and usually a guest between not Chad. Yes, Chad actually. No, wait, no, Brad. Brad Sherwood. What's his name? Jeff Davis, Cedric the Entertainer, and I don't remember the last guy's name. Jonathan something, I don't remember. But yeah.
But I'm sad
that I know that.
They've been doing improv and like working with each other for the other half of the show. Like they've been like the staples, and then Aisha had to come in like as the new blood and kind of go to their like play to their.
Greg Proops. Sorry, forgot about that one.
Greg Proops. Proops.
He's, oh god, I'm sad that I don't have him more often, because him and Jeff Daniels are my favorite guys. Brad Sherwood, definitely one of the ones I like too. The top 3 for me are like Brad Sherwood, Jeff Daniels, and Greg Proops. Those 3, they usually rotate between the last people that I mentioned, because that's always how the Whose Line used to work. They would have the main 3, which is Wayne Brady, Ryan Stiles, and Colin Mockery, and then they would have one person who would just rotate in and out between episodes. So yeah,
but
yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
it's understandable that it took a little while for.
Oh
you
yeah,
to get
it
used to
definitely
and her to
is.
get into the groove.
Mm-hmm. It's funny now because I've noticed something weird with Whose Line Is It Anyways. If anyone's ever seen the show, well, go fucking watch it because it's fucking amazing.
There's some great moments.
There's some great moments, and it's improv on TV, which is something that doesn't get broadcasted enough. I love improv. Improv is a great way to like entertain yourself.
Well,
but
if you like improv,
sadly-
you should check out Critical Role every Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific.
This episode of PMG is sponsored.
This episode of the podcast movie game by Critical Role.
Oh God, Jesus! I think you died there.
What? What are you talking about? I blacked out. What happened? Where am I?
Blacked out. Yeah.
I thought I was on What's the Draft. What is this? Where am I?
That show's dead, Andy. But honestly, I just wanted to talk about something. Well, because for the new Who's Line, it's weird because back in the day with the old Who's Line was produced by ABC, which meant like they were essentially trying to produce a TV show. Give me 1 second, Andy.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
What is happening? Hi, everybody. It's me, Andy, your old pal. This may or may not be cut out. Probably won't be because I'm going to forget where it is because now I'm talking. And if I just stayed silent, it would be easier to find this point in the recording. But how are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well. If you feel savvy, leave us some feedback on the new name. The podcast, the movie, the game. That's the new name. The PMG podcast, I guess. I don't know. The podcast, the movie, the game podcast? That doesn't really make any sense. Look. To be completely honest, we were gonna come up with a name, but we both kind of forgot, and I was like, oh wait, here's 4 names. Most of them are bad. 2 of them were all right, but one of them didn't really make sense because we talk about games as well. So then I was like, oh, well, I'll just ask people's opinion on it. We'll see how it goes. I forgot to ask opinions. There's a common thread in this story. I really don't remember to do things. Oh, hey.
All right, I'm
back.
He's
back.
Hello. Yeah. Again, live in a dorm, so having to have people come in and out.
How
but it's okay.
unprofessional.
But yeah, like it's weird. So it used to be broadcast on ABC Family. Going back to Whose Line stuff, it used to be broadcasted with ABC Family, which meant that they couldn't do a lot of the jokes that they wanted to do. A lot of times the sexual or the more offensive jokes or the more edgier jokes, I guess you could call them.
Innuendo. The
yeah,
Italian
they were
suppository.
Yeah, they were cut out of the filming of the show. So you can see them all in the bloopers. They are a lot more swear heavy and sexual heavy in the bloopers. But a big thing too is that now that the transition from the ABC Family Show to CW, which is the women's channel, which is way more they're able to get away with way more stuff. Like there's at least like 12 dick jokes every like fucking episode.
Well,
I don't know how it happens.
If you in the morning, if you're watching Family Feud, like that show's gotten kind of racy,
Yeah.
I guess, quote unquote.
I mean, it's Steve Harvey. He's definitely a lot more of a I think Steve Harvey just derives comedy out of more like racial things, I guess. But it's to each their own, I guess. It's no longer this it's no longer the age of like certain hosts, right? Hosts have moved on from different shows to different shows. But it I guess it makes the because when you used to hear a racy or kind of like a sexual joke in Whose Line, the old one, it used to be a lot funnier, I guess, because they were used more sparingly, because of the fact that what's it called, the ABC Family censorships were gonna like basically cut that out of the recording. But now that they can do anything, it seems like sex jokes are the only thing that they can do. I don't know how to say that, but it's not a terrible thing, right? They still have a couple good jokes.
I mean, that's
here and
what
there.
I do. Sex jokes. That's all. That's me. Sorry, my back hurts, so I need to.
Yeah, you need to crack it. Okay. But yeah, no, it's just interesting that they've transitioned into that segment. Now that there's less, it's almost like now that it's no longer a problem, they do it more. But it's just a, I can't tell if it's like a bad thing or a good thing yet. I think that they need to see, like, it's only been out for 3 seasons, the new show. So obviously we'd have to wait for like a lot longer. Not 3 4 seasons. What am I talking? Season 9 through 12. So that's 4 seasons. But we'll have to see what happens, I guess. No, it's 3 seasons. What the fuck? I can't math right now.
Are you having a stroke? Like, what are you doing?
I think I'm. No,
Season 9, 1. Season 10, 2. Season 11, 3. Season 12, 4.
Oh God, I think I'm having a stroke. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting idea to look at. But aside from that, I watched this new Netflix TV show that came out recently. It's called The Ultimate Beastmaster. And it's basically the new American Ninja Warrior.
Oh God.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, I like it because they treat it like Nickelodeon Guts. If you ever watched Nickelodeon Guts back in like the late 90s.
Nope.
You never watched Nickelodeon Guts?
I was that wasn't my it wasn't a cartoon, so I didn't care.
Oh God, dude, you missed an era. Nickelodeon Guts,
Yeah,
the Forbidden Temple, I think it was.
I know of those shows. I just never watched them. I don't have the nostalgia.
Oh,
like if you show me the Rugrats, I'll be like, the Rugrats. If you show me Hey Arnold, I'm like, oh Hey Arnold. If you show me like the fucking weird ass tiki head, I'm like, I mean, that's a tiki.
Yeah.
No,
Nickelodeon Guts. So it's essentially the Ultimate Beastmaster show is like an obstacle course show, and basically they get a bunch of contestants. What they do is that they get, what was really interesting actually, what they did is that Netflix got the producers, which by the way, one of them is Sylvester Stallone, which is weird.
Hey, you want to jump over some rocks?
Yeah, he pops up at the beginning. Yeah, he pops at the beginning of the first episode of the season. And he's like, 12 contestants are here to put on the display of physical prowess. I'm like, why are you here?
That's like The Rock's like physical challenge show that went on for like an episode. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you fit. I'm gonna make you jump over some rocks.
God. But one of the ideas that they brought in, which is really cool. So they got hosts. So they have, I think it was Japan, Brazil, Germany, the United States, Mexico, and South Korea. They got all those different countries to bring in send in their own contestants and whatever. And essentially they had hosts from each. They had 2 hosts from each of those countries that showed up.
Yo,
they were all celebrities from there.
Shout out to like the American game show hosts that are just like chilling, and then the Japanese game show hosts are like, whoa, like just freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Have you seen the show?
No, I'm just assuming. I'm being racist right now, pal.
Yeah, because it's hilarious because the American show hosts are actually kind of chill. They are chill. The Japanese show hosts are kind of quiet for the most part. They don't cut away to them very often in the American release, I guess, of Ultimate Beastmaster.
Yo, do you remember the show American? I'm Trapped in a Japanese Game Show.
Yes, it was terrible, and I hated it.
What? Me and my mom loved that show.
I hated it because it was such a vanilla version of like Japanese game shows.
Well, that's the funny. It's like put some wacky Americans in a toned down Japanese game show, and it's still crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
But I guess to me, because okay, here's the thing. I grew up with Japanese game shows in my household. Like we watched Japanese game shows a lot.
Is that because you're Japanese?
Yeah, because I'm Japanese, and my grandparents actually recorded this shit on VHS.
Hey.
And but in our household, we watched my grandparents would be watching what's called I think it's called variety what's called variety shows in Japan. Wow, we're derailing so hard. But
Ultimate Beastmaster. It's in Central Japan.
Beastmaster.
We did it.
But it, to me, I guess, is a little bit of my like, oh, they don't make those shows like they used to. But it's more just like toning down the craziness of a Japanese game show is like, it's like toning down the fights in turning like ice hockey fights into just slap fests, where they're just like, all right, let's go fight, and they're just like, okay. Just,
Back in my day, they wouldn't have just exploded the toilet. They would have blown the toilet up and set it 50 feet in the air. They would have killed the guy.
I think that it's just by toning it down, I guess it's just me, but by toning it down, it feels like you're taking away something from it. But again, it's everyone's humor, right? Some people are like, oh, that joke went too far, right? I totally understand that. So that's why I think that for what it was, it works for people who like that idea. For me, I just can't get into it, because honestly, like when I rewatch a lot, actually that's what I've been rewatching a lot too. I've been watching Gaki no Tsukai. Gaki no Tsukai is the most famous probably group of comedians in Japan that do these kinds of crazy game shows. Most notably, they're known for the Batsu games, or the punishment games. And most notably from that, they're known for the 24-hour no laugh challenges, that's them. If you've ever seen the school one where it's like the guy trying to pronounce shit in English, that's them. And because it goes so far that there's one bit that they did where one of the comedians had to pretend that his other comedians didn't exist at all, and he had to spend the entire day just doing his regular activities, but the comedians had pies, like just a shit ton of pies, and just kept throwing it at him, but he had to ignore their existence. And at one point the guy gets on the toilet and he's fully down, underpants down, and one of the guys starts to pull back and is gonna get him right in the balls, and the comedian who's like trying to ignore him, he's just like, oh god, he's looking so like, okay, I'm gonna look away, and like he's getting so ready for it, he's like, oh god, I'm not ready for this, and the guy just whacks him right on the nuts with the pie, and he's like and he just stays in character the entire time. But there's a hilarity to it because it goes so far that to the point where it's just funny. And because it goes so extreme, it becomes super funny because it's such a departure from our regular comedy stuff that I guess it takes me by surprise. Also, another thing actually no, okay, I'll get that on the way at the end if we have time, because I'm derailing so hard. But
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
Yeah, Ultimate Beastmaster. They got hosts from those 6 different countries, and each of them sends in their own contestants. I really enjoyed the show. It brought nostalgic feelings back for me, because to me it was like watching like Nickelodeon Guts again. It was really cool because once in a while Nickelodeon Guts, they would have that one Latino kid, and I'd be like, I relate to that kid, and that'll be it. Or they had that one Asian kid, and I'd be like, that guy's gonna lose. It was a fun time to watch. Ultimate Beastmaster, I think the one thing though, it was kind of cringy sometimes, but luckily it's saved because one of the American hosts is Terry fucking Crews.
Oh, dude,
who I
nice.
goddamn love. I love Terry Crews.
Soon
Holy
to be
shit.
Doomfist and Overwatch.
Hey, we're gonna talk about that stuff today, so wait for it. But the really cool thing about what's it called, Ultimate Beastmaster, is just the diversity. Actually, it was really nice to see that that these countries got to send in their contestants, and not only that, they were really fit people. Like, the stereotype is that, oh, the Americans are gonna just be big muscle heads, and the Latinos are gonna be also like some of the people from Mexico are gonna be big muscle heads, and the Japanese and South Koreans would be like really skinny dudes, and like for the most part that's true. Like there are a couple of the Japanese and Korean contestants were like lanky, very not lanky, but like very like fit people. Like they're fit, but like they're very what's it called, compact. I don't know how to say that. Lean. There we go. Very lean. And then there's people who are, oh, am I boring you, Andy?
No, I'm sleepy.
Am I boring you?
And the subject is
we
boring.
just woke up.
No.
Oh. Yeah, am I boring you?
Episode 1 of PMG, you ruined it. You ruined it.
Yeah, I ruined it. But it's really cool because you get people that like show up from South Korea that are like holy shit buff. There's this one Korean guy who was like a stunt slash I think a stunt actor or model. That guy was big and buff. I was like, holy shit. You know, it surprises you because, you know, we think about the stereotypes,
I have to prepare for North Korea.
Oh,
that's a joke in good taste.
that's oof, good.
I did it.
You
I
did.
saved the show.
First episode of PMG. Oh, but it was a really fun time. It was funny. No, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was just funny seeing some of the Japanese contestants because some of them are like fucking crazy. One of them was called Muscle Samurai, which is really weird. And it was interesting to watch. I definitely liked it a lot. One thing though, this will transition to video games. It was kind of cringy because every fucking episode, the American hosts were just like, Terry, the Beastmaster is not only an obstacle course. The other American host, I don't know, she's a lady, I don't remember her name, Carissa something, but she was like, not only is this a physical sport, but also it's kind of like a video game. And Terry Crews like, you know me, I love video games. It definitely is like a real life video game. And I'm just like, would you guys please stop saying that?
Hey
For the
guys,
fucking love of Christ.
we're
Yeah.
relating with our audience right now.
Wow.
Just hold
Yeah.
on while we relate to our audience. Video game.
Our audience of like really like sporty guys. Yep. It's like a video game.
Sport men don't use Netflix. They are out throwing balls and catching things and hitting on women. They are too busy.
Hey.
I should know. I am not a sportman.
But yeah, it was a really weird show. I really enjoyed myself. I would definitely say it's a guilty pleasure rather than like something the whole like really cool to watch. Something that was really cool to watch some of the very like how well trained some of these people are. Like they're very fit people. And some of them were really cool to watch. So I definitely think that dang, that's pretty cool. But other than that though, it was a pretty cool show. Season 1 wrapped up, and I'm excited to see season 2. I think it'll be pretty cool to watch. Which, by the way, that obstacle course, it looks like it costs at least maybe something in the millions, a couple million probably. So we'll see if Netflix can afford another season. Let's see how the ratings do. But yeah, that's it for me, and that transitions into video games. So unless you have anything else to say, Andy.
No.
Cool. Let's go into video.
No.
Let's go into video games. So, first off, is we're gonna do a little news. We always do a little bit of topical news stuff because
Topical.
it's important.
Like a cream.
Like a
A topical cream, brah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that.
What?
that,
Topical?
like image in my head. No, just a topical cream.
Well, that topical just means like you put it on your skin.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What
Oh
you
my
do-
God.
Sunscreen? No?
Sunscreen? I don't know.
What is
It
happening?
just sounded weird. I'm tired.
Wake up.
Wake up. But the next
Time
thing
to talk
I'm gonna,
about the Nintendo Switch and how much it sucks.
yeah. So the 1-2 Switch roundup, the game for 1-2 Switch review roundup has shown up, and lo and behold, there's like maybe average to above average stuff. That's it. No surprise there. It's a Wii Sports game clone. It's meant to just show off the Nintendo Switch. There's no surprise there. So we're just gonna move on because there
Yay.
really isn't any surprise.
Yeah.
Borderlands 3 in development. Gearbox is showing off a new tech demo. I forgot that this past week it was GDC, which is the Game Developers Conference, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Game Developers Choice Awards.
Many an article for Lotus about.
Oh, really? For GDCA? Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
by many I mean one.
Yeah. Oh, but the Game Devs Choice, which is really cool. Obviously, we're gonna go over some of these awards a little later. But we're just gonna keep going. Borderlands 3. I brought up this article just because it brings up the discussion of Borderlands 3. I don't think I'm gonna get Borderlands 3. I really like Borderlands as a series, but first off, I hate Randy Pitchford. Is that the fucking guy's name?
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy. He's a douche.
Yeah.
Like legitimately, guys. if you ever look up stuff for Randy Pitchford, he's actually a fucking douche. The
He's
guy's
one of those people who, even when it's his fault, it's not his fault.
yeah, he just doesn't take responsibility whatsoever, which is a fucking asshole.
And
Anyways,
to this day, he'll die on the hill saying Battleborn was a good game.
and Alien Colonial Marines.
They were good games.
They were good games. No one just understood them. Fuck off. But yeah, it was I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. I'm honestly not sure. I think that just because of Randy's horrible track record so far, and with the last Borderlands feeling very samey to the second Borderlands, which is Borderlands prequel.
Pre-sequel.
Pre-sequel. I don't know. I think that I might be interested in maybe trying it out, but I don't think I might be able to get it. It depends what they show off, because Borderlands does get repetitive after a while.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm just curious to see.
So
we'll see.
Borderlands actually holds kind of a special place in my heart, I think, because a large portion of time that me and Pac-Man have spent together has been just playing Borderlands and just chatting with each other, listening to music, just hanging out. Like freshman year of college was me and him in my dorm playing Borderlands and just listening to the Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
and
pretty cool.
we would just sing those songs and play Borderlands. And like, but now as I'm older and as age has set in and as my black heart has grown smaller and hatred is been ingrained inside of me.
All right, we get it. You listen to Linkin Park. Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Crawling on my scot.
Is that even Linkin Park?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't listen to Linkin Ass Park. I listen to Moana. Meh. It's good music. What was I even saying? Oh, Borderlands. Special heart. I have
Special heart.
I have fond memories of Borderlands, but like going back and playing now, and sometimes me and Pac-Man try and go back and play it. It's not fun. It's just not fun anymore.
It's I don't know. It's very dated, if anything.
Yeah, and like the art style looks like dicks. Like it doesn't look good. It's not a game that looks good. The combat is samey. The humor is like sometimes there are gems, but for the most part it's just like huh? And and Randy Pitchford is a golden douchebag. So unless Pac-Man gets it and is like, oh my god, it's so fun, we gotta play it, it's just like old Borderlands, we can do it, and it like rekindles the old love in my cold,
Dead, black, hate-filled heart.
I think I think most likely I'm going to skip this game because Gearbox sucks, and I mean, like what I don't know. What are they gonna give me that they haven't already given me?
Yeah, I definitely feel the same way with Borderlands. I think that Borderlands is an exhausted idea now. It was pretty cool when it happened during the time, but like some games, maybe you need a drastically different approach or just something to really give it life again, because you never know.
Yeah, I think Borderlands for me, and I know if Pac-Man's listening to this, I know I'm breaking your heart. I'm sorry. The memories we made in Borderlands are I like the time we spent with Borderlands was more about socializing with him, and I know this sounds like I love this guy, I wouldn't fucking marry him.
I mean, you do. He's a cool guy.
He's my pal. He's my bud.
Yeah.
What the fuck was I saying? Borderlands was more about socializing with him and hanging out rather than being a fucking actual fun game, I guess.
Yeah.
So
hey, same thing kind of goes with like games like Dead Rising, Army of Two, games that just rely on like other people to have fun with.
Yeah, dude.
I think Borderlands is definitely one of those things.
I said before on the show, me and Adrian played through Dead Rising Case West.
Yeah.
And
you guys bonded really hard.
Yeah, I don't really even like Dead Rising, but that was some of the most fun I've ever had, like in video games. So, yeah, some games are just meant for like I don't know.
Yeah.
The moral of the story: Borderlands 3, probably not gonna get it.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Same here. So moving.
Randy
oh
Pitchford
God.
can suck a dick. Well, who said that?
So, moving on to the next thing. Hey, Bioware boss clarifies Mass Effect Andromeda softcore porn comments. So
Okay, so you're gonna have to give me hella context now.
I think within the last week or so, people were talking about the basically the CEO, basically one of the big guys who's developing for Bioware,
The big
Aaron Flynn tweeted out that the game is gonna be totally like softcore space porn. Obviously, he was being sarcastic, but people got mad because people always get mad, and you can't be sarcastic on social media because nobody will fucking get it. And he explained. He recently said, "Sorry, I gave the wrong impression. We have strong characters, great gameplay, romances, and more, all dealing with mature themes." I just now obviously this is not the first time that Mass Effect has gone into shit about their sex scenes, because last time that happened, they went to court because some angry parents were like,
shout out to Fox getting mad over two character models just like slowly rubbing up against each other.
Not even you don't even see that part. You don't even see that part at all.
They
There's
give
no
you
actual
see
sex.
some side boob, you give a smooch, and then that's it.
Yeah, literally that's it.
Porn. Bad.
And on top of that, they say that it's playable. Like, it's a playable sequence, and it's like, no, it's not at all. What are you talking about? You're just lying.